All right, boys, Diablo 4, my Arbiter Paladin. Look, Paladin, whatever you want to call it. We are now comfortably doing Torment 9. Last build update, we were doing 8. I've made a lot of changes. I had removed my shield, and I went with this shield, which basically, on lucky hits, I was casting Spear of the Heavens on a random enemy, and then that Spear of Heavens damage was increased by 98%. Now, I would Falling Star and then attack, and then what I did, which now I remember I got to actually spec out of that, Spear of Heavens is not getting boosted by all of our extra item contributions. Spear of the Heavens is Adjudicator skill. And I did this, so basically I would do it, and then it would be like, it would throw down like 8 or 9 spears, and then they would explode. And they would do like, you know, 20 to 50 mil damage a pop on the explosion stuff. So like it did add up while I was fighting, but the amount of defense I lost going with that, and not having like the extra, because like I have the imprint, you no longer dodge, but you gain block damage reduction and block chance. Losing that was big. And then I was trying to push for Torment 9, and it just wasn't good. So I eventually got rid of that, okay? I have got a lot of ancestral legendaries now, and I've masterworked them. If you don't know what that is, well, once you get ancestral items, get the stats you want, you go to masterwork, and like this, we can throw it in there, and then you upgrade the quality, the stats go way higher, and then you can masterwork it, and it'll take one of the affixes and boost it even higher. So I've done that to a lot of my gear. Like this one, I have 2 of the greater affixes on it. Okay, and then I hit the masterwork on the armor. When I'm in Arbiter form, my toughness, I think it's like 800 or 900,000, and then I got a new rune which basically invokes the Druid's Earthen Bulwark skill, and then that puts my toughness as like 1.2 million. So it scales really high. There's still room for more damage. Like I can still get another 10. Like finding the affixes maxed out has been the hardest thing. Like I'm still missing 10% damage reduction from this, another 10% damage while in Arbiter form. Disciple skills, I can get 14% more damage on that. This, I'm missing 49% armor because I'm not getting the drop. You know what I mean? So like there's a lot of room for this build to grow, but comfortably it's doing good. I've seen a lot of questions about, oh, resource management. My resource is bad. So for resource, somewhere I have on kill. Actually, I removed it. I was running 2 faith on kill on one of my rings. Until you start pushing gear and until you have, let me show you something. If you do not have your 5-set bonus for Light's Epiphany to get Arbiter Justice triggers all ultimates, you're going to want to keep at least 2 to 3 faith on kill on your armor, and then shoot for around probably 10 to 12 faith regen, okay? And you're going to have downtime on the bosses. It's just how it is. Once you get the 5-set charm, you ultimate, and then you can spam Zenith. Just bam, 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 just spam Zenith. And then usually the boss is dead. You'll do a couple Falling Stars, and then you'll push your Divine Lance. But you're going to need that. Okay, that's the biggest thing I get asked. Just keep working up what you can. It takes a while to get equipment drops, and just push and push. Once you get the ultimates and you start getting... because basically this gives you, while in Arbiter... Disciple skills reduce the cooldown of Arbiter Justice by 0.1 seconds when they deal damage. So when you're in Arbiter Justice, your wings, every hit reduces your cooldown by 0.1, and then you're doing Falling Star. You hit a mob and it explodes. All this. So your cooldown, our cooldown is 111 seconds. And then from one of the Paragon boards, if you're moving when you cast it, it reduces by 30%. So it goes to like 75. And then after that 75, as long as you're killing mobs and moving, within like 15-20 seconds, it's back up already. So I'm not really worried about cooldown. Cooldown, I guess, is great for Consecration of Holy Light aura. But now that I have that, I can start, like my Arbiter lasts for 103 seconds, but I get it back in like 30 seconds. So I can now start to pull Arbiter duration off of my gear. Arbiter duration. I got Arbiter duration. And like here, I have damage while in Arbiter form. So I'm going to start pulling back some of these and go damage while in Arbiter form. Just things to keep in mind to like kind of push your damage. I am running the Sanctus of Kethamar. Now you can get this from Lord Zir, or I was doing war plans and I fought, it's something called like the Ice Beast. Every time I fight the Ice Beast, this drops. So if you can fight the Ice Beast in like the highest torment you can go, most likely you're going to get this. But this is massive for damage, increases your wing strike by up to 150%. And just kind of pushing, I mean, especially your weapon, whatever weapon you go with for now, try to get Ancestral and get weapon damage, strength, and crit strike damage. We're kind of starting to build in a crit, but basically push strength, damage, life, armor, resistances. We have, I think while we're in form, we have 26 or 27,000 life. We have a lot of life. So yeah, but basically all of the stuff's on the Mobalytics guide if you want to like really deep dive into everything, all the aspects. And I'm not going to go over the abilities because the tree is up there. All right, if you want to see the tree, it's in there. And I actually need to pull back this. So now I got 2 more points, I think. A lot of comments about running the Fanaticism Aura. I mean, we don't need attack speed. Attack speed does not make your wings attack faster. So I am down to having 0 attack speed on any of my gear. Sure, Divine Lance is slower, but with how much regeneration we have, you're kind of getting it back before it's gone, and you can use Falling Star and stuff. So I'm really not worried about this. Running for the 7 times critical strike damage is probably why people run it. So if the wings get strong enough, I might get rid of Divine Lance, but I don't know. I don't know yet. But going back to the charms, I'm trying, now that I have charms, you can go to the Paragon and you can re-roll them for the same set charm. So I'm basically trying to get disciple skills on all of them. So disciple skills, I got aura skills, so I've got +5 to aura skills, and then I've got +5 to disciple skills on there. So that's big. So I would want probably all +3 to disciple skills will give me +15. So that's kind of like something to work towards. Also, if you get these legendary seals, I forget who it was in chat last night, you can sell them for like 13 million gold a pop. Not these, not the magic, but the rare ones. So if you're short on money, you can do that. Paragon board, like I said, I'm still working on this. I see a lot of comments, well, why aren't you doing this? Why don't you have this board? Why aren't you getting that? I'm getting there. I still got 113 points plus whatever else we get from the challenges. I will get there, trust me. But Paragon board is on Mobalytics, so you can see that path. And I've really been pushing the wing strike damage glyph, which is Arbiter, and then the Apostle for disciple damage. Because when we do our ultimate now with the 5 set bonus, all of our skills are disciple damage. So you're just doing massive damage. We have 157% bonus on this. And we have 151% wing strike damage. Our wing strikes are doing like massive damage. And the other thing I was missing this imprint. I finally got it. This is massive for the build. Until you get this, your damage is kind of going to be not consistent with the wing strikes, because this makes your wing strikes seek nearby enemies. So make sure you're getting that. All right, make sure you're getting that. That's probably, I mean, probably everything you need to know if you're having issues with the build. But like I said, all this stuff is going to be on the Mobalytics guide, and we're gonna run the pit right now. I haven't ran Torment 10 yet. I'm doing Torment 9 comfortably. All content Torment 9 super easy. The pit is like 5 times harder than the if I went to do a nightmare dungeon right now, I would breeze through. It'd be super easy. If I did the Infernal Horde, super easy. Hell Tides, super easy. For whatever reason, the pit is like beefed up, but we're gonna run a Torment 10 right now. I haven't done it yet. Okay, as you can see, we're on Torment 9, but we're gonna run it. I should be able to do it. All right, it might take a little bit longer than normal, but like I said, we still have a lot of gearing to do. We've got no mythics yet. We still got to get better. We have upgrades to make. Okay, so Let's go. I don't know. It might be rough. It might not be rough. Who knows? I mean, our damage is pretty good. Our defenses are decent. So we're gonna get in there. Can I have my? There we go. Boom. The Zenith, just bop them all. Nice. There are gonna be some enemies that are just tougher than others. I don't really think it depends on build. I think some are just way tankier. But as you can see, our Arbiter came like immediately off of cooldown. So we have Zenith for 10 seconds. We're getting 0.1 off of all these hits. So Arbiter's already down to 36 when we came out of there. So it should have been at like, I don't know, 103 on the cooldown. And now look, it's already off. Boom, we got it again. So that 5-set charm bonus is just insane. Like it's just really, really good. You kind of need it, and then you don't really have to worry about resource management too much after that. And we're hitting some like, you know, 1,520 million, which I think is a billion. I don't know why they do numbers like that. But your Holy Light aura, the passive is basically what's giving you Fortify. And then you have Bulwark, obviously, which, if you look, we get up to 1,320 toughness with like everything down. It gets pretty crazy. Oh, I think when we have our Mercenary buff as well, I think that's when it gets high. Luckily, these guys are easy to kill. 1.2. Yeah, it goes up to one. Yeah, see, 1,400,000. So our toughness does spike. It gets up there. And we can, you know, we still got a lot of improvements we can make. But you can just watch the cooldown go, especially when you're Falling Star. It goes crazy. And the good thing about Zenith, when you can spam it, it knocks the enemies down. We gotta get out of the red shit. Bad. These guys are tanky. You know, what are you gonna do? And like some of these guys, obviously you're gonna have a little bit of trouble with like resource management. Just fall back for a bit, let your wings attack, let your resource get back up, and you're good to go. You know, obviously we still got a lot of work to do with the build. Once they're doing more damage, you're never really gonna have to worry about the resource at all. The pit. Yeah, like when I gotta fight those crabs, which I think the crabs are here, I usually just run past them and go to the next area of the pit. It's like some of these enemies are just fucking annoying. But we'll get there eventually, you know? Get this. And fucking Zenith. But yeah, it just stuns and knocks them down. It's so nice. Oh, we're fucking getting shredded. Oh, it's poison. It's hard to see all the effects sometimes, you know? All right, he's dead. There's a 2,033 million. And like we've only got 2 glyphs on. We're still missing like 1 or 2 more. I think 2 more Paragon boards. So it's just at this point I just have to just grind for XP. keep doing war plans, and eventually, you know, we'll get there. It's a little crazy in those big piles, but you know what I'm gonna do. Oh! Jesus, dude. Holy. You guys are relentless. I don't like, you know, these torment tiers are near, so like, I don't know if this is how it is for every class or what, but like, we're doing respectable damage, I feel like, you know? But yeah, all these lightning things and all these, I might just fucking leave these guys alone. They're gonna take too long. Let's just go. And like, I've noticed that, you know, that's okay to do that. Like if you're fighting something and you're like, this is taking too long, I just get the fuck out of there and I'll just keep it moving, you know? I guess some just have, kind of like in Path of Exile, if you get some that just have some crazy like buffs on them, they're like damn near impossible. Oh my god. Oh my. Yep. I was stunned. Nothing I could do there. We might just skedaddle through this place. So yeah, as you can see, you know, we got some work to do, but is it possible? Yeah. But I mean, Torment 9, you can easily do Torment 9 content. It's and like the pit, for whatever reason, seems to be like 5 times harder than all the other content. Like if you were to go do a Torment 9 with Nightmare Dungeons or Infernal Hordes or Hell Tides, it's like insanely easy compared to this. And that's the reason why I'm showing the pit, is because it just seems to be crazy compared to normal content. Like, I can go run a Nightmare Dungeon after this just to show how easy it is. There we go. Gotta get rid of those guys. Whoever's doing that red shit has gotta go. He's stunned. Just slowly chunking away at him. Like, I mean, our damage is pretty good, right? Like, it's not like it's horrible. Sure, it can always be better. But I mean, we're killing him. And like, we're just standing in that red shit, just tanking it, you know? Alright, he's stunned. we go. A little bit of a struggle, but I mean, we did it. You know, we did it. All right, boss time on a Nightmare Dungeon, Scourge of the Land. Hold on, but I'm almost done. We're gonna go play. I'm almost done. Well, get out of the fire. Yeah, so while Torment 10 is possible with this build, Torment 9 is... Wait, like the boss would have been dead in 5 seconds. So Torment 10 is just a big jump. So I just wanted to showcase basically like, hey, it's possible. Our defense is good enough. Our damage is enough to eventually take him down. But it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. It's going to take a long time. So you're better off farming Torment 9 with this build at the moment until, you know, we get better gear, and then we can really push into 10. Because in ARPGs, the faster you can farm, the better it's going to be. You get more loot that way, you get more XP that way. Like if it's taking us 5 minutes to beat this boss, like, yeah, okay, we can do it, but we would have gotten way more rewards if we would have just ran Torment 9. And he's dead. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even really get anything crazy. So, anyway, Torment 10, possible. Torment 9 is way easier. Trust me, it's way easier and faster. That's the build, boys. That's the build. Oh, I was going to show the Mercenary. Mercenary, you want Rachir. And if just follow this path, just go full left. And it basically gives you a defense bonus. When he does his guard, 15% armor. And then when he taunts enemies, you get up to 20% damage reduction. And then you deal 15% increased damage. So he's kind of the best way to go. But anyway, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.